have in the studio though Habia, Ayo, Nico, and Nicodème. Thank you. Whilst we are celebrating Nigeria, he has a warring story about Togo. He's a member, a leader of the movement in Togo. It's a coalition.
Yeah.
What's happening in Togo, man?
Right now we have a serious election problem in Togo because since 1963, when our first president, Olympio, was assassinated and Yadima came to power, we never had any transparent election in Togo. So Yadima ruled Togo with iron hand for 38 good years. So he passed away in 2005, and that time his son, Nyasingbe, the actual president, came to the power. Before he came, they killed more than 1,500 Togolese before he came to the power in 2005. And he already spent 2 terms, 10 years on power, and he wants to go again for the 3rd term.
He's going for a 3rd term? Does the Togolese constitution allow that?
No. We need to clarify the situation. They have changed. We had a popular vote in 1992. That was for our constitution, popular vote. In 2002, they have changed it unilaterally. The Yadima's government changed the constitution in parliament. That time, opposition was not in the parliament because it was still a dictatorship. We are having
so the parliament changed it to allow a 3rd term?
Not a parliament, that was, we call it monocolor parliament.
Okay, but that was done to allow a 3rd term?
Yes. So that's why right now, because we have leaders like Christo Olympio, Aboibo, Yaovi, Ninevi, Adom Otchere. So this time up to now, those people are not no more on the political scene in Togo. So right now we say we are not going to allow Nyasingbe to do what his father did for Togolese. So that's why we stand firm and we are saying that we are not going to give him 3rd term. Also, the problem is not that all our electoral process is corrupt because we never have transparent election in Togo. Right now, our electoral list is corrupt, like I just said. So we can't have.
When is the election scheduled?
25th of next month.
Of April? And that's the election you want to prevent?
Yeah.
Is Christo Olympio not a member of the government right now?
Yeah, he's, I was the vice chairman, president of his party.
Okay.
So he signed an agreement with the actual president, which means he's in the government right now.
Okay, so he's left your party?
I left my party.
Oh, so the party is in a coalition with the ruling party?
The ruling party.
So you have formed a new party?
I don't have a party yet.
There's a movement?
I have a movement right now to support the opposition against Nyasingbe and Christo Olympio.
How are you going to do that?
Yeah, we will do it. We know how we do, because Togolese, 90% of Togolese doesn't agree with what is going on in the country, because this is pure dictatorship. Because, you see, what is just happening in Nigeria, that's why we want for the whole sub-region, West Africa region. Let's say the wind of change is blowing and it must cross the borders. Togo remains the only dictatorship country in the West Africa. So we need to fight to correct all of this. We need to fight for democracy in Togo. That's very important.
I see, that's interesting, but the election is settled for 25th. You're sort of suggesting that there will be some violence. You need to put up some violence because you have to be a civil, obedient citizen. If the date has been set for election and you don't want that election to happen, it means you're going to compete with the institution of state.
The date was 15th of April before President Mahama came to Togo last week to ask the government to postpone the date, to give 10 more days to see the files and the list of election of the Electoral Commission. And we don't need that kind of time. We need about 3 to 2 months, 2 to 3 months to have, we need a transition in Togo. From that transition, we can have a reform to change all the electoral process in Togo. So without that, we are going to have a violent election because I'm a human rights defender and politician. We disagree with violence. But if you have a dictator in front of you, you can never win an election against that dictator. That's why we don't need a violence in Togo. But Fani Asingbe and his people need violence in Togo.
So you're going to give them violence, right?
Right now, there's violence in Togo because public servants are on strike right now in Togo. People are not working in Togo. Last week, in northern parts of Togo, Dapango, there were strike movements. They shot some students. In Blei is like 150 miles from Togo, from the north, to Lome. There were a movement over there. So they sent military people to the houses to beat people, to violate people. So that's what we don't need. So the only thing that caused this problem is that we don't have fair election and we still have dictator. So if you have dictator, you have to fight that dictator. That's what we have.
What weapons are you going to fight?
Our weapon is the people. We have people with us. We don't have gun. We don't have anything, but we have people with us.
You are risking the life of the Togolese youth.
I'm a young guy,
Yeah.
and I've been to prison 2 times. They had not put me in prison 2 times. And I was a refugee here in Ghana and Benin and in the US. And we came back to fight the dictator.
Why do you call your movement Choboy movement?
Choboy movement means wake up. Choboy means wake up. So Choboy, we call everybody, all the Togo population, to come together and put out this government.
You want the government out?
Sure.
You want to be president of Togo?
Not now, but I will be one day.
When do you want to be?
Very soon, but not.
But if you push foreign assembly out, who is ready?
No, we have a lot of people. We have the opposition leader, Jean-Pierre Fabre. He's going to be a candidate. I can support him, and there are others too.
But you are not confident of the voting process?
Not at all. We need to change it. Without that, we always have violence.
What's wrong with the process? You don't have a register, people don't vote by transparent ballot boxes.
If you go to some region, they increase the number of people who should vote. Like in Fort Nyasinge's region, they increase the number of those who are going to vote. So that's what we don't want. Like they can register like one person 5 times.
Well, so what's the population of Togo right now?
6 million.
And what's the population on the voter list?
3 million.
Half of you can vote.
Sure.
And you think that's too much?
That's too much.
Why?
Yeah, according to the statistic, according to the analysis we have done. So that's too much. Because anytime we have a parliamentary election, the numbers of voters decrease. And anytime we are going to have the presidential election, the voters number increase. That's another thing. So
that's what are the steps? What are you going to do? What is the plan? What's the timetable?
Yeah, our plan is we need the election. We don't need election this time because, like I just said, we need the transition. In that transition, we are going to do the reform. So work on the all electoral bodies. That's really important for us. So from there, we can have election in Togo. Without that, we will always have violent election in Togo.
Okay, so that'll be it. On the 9th, when General Buhari has been confirmed as the winner of Nigeria's election in a very spectacular way, almost with a landslide against the incumbent. Togolese are hoping that the same thing will happen there, and Ghanaians are hoping that the same thing will happen everywhere in West Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
for coming.